Here we have the integral of 4x to the third plus 5x squared plus x minus 5 dividing by x1 minus 3. Since the degree of the polynomial on the top is larger than the degree of the polynomial on the bottom, so what we need to do first here is do long division. And so we do polynomial long division, and then the result, then we'll get 4x plus 5 plus 13x plus 10 divided by x1 minus 3. So again, polynomial long division, and then we get 4x plus 5 plus 13x plus 10, and then x1 minus 3. And then dividing by x1 minus 3, and then we can split this up. This is the same as 13x dividing by x1 minus 3, and then plus 10 dividing by x1 minus 3. And so this integral will be the same as this. Dx. The antiderivative of the 4x would be 4 times x squared over 2, and then antiderivative of the 5 is just 5x. And then we need to do the antiderivative for the 13x dividing by x1 minus 3 dx. And then for this one, we just use u substitution method. So let u be the x1 minus 3. So du dx will be 2x. So we have du is equal to 2x times dx. And then multiply both sides by 1/2. And this will give us x dx. So this integral is the same as 13 1 over x squared minus 3, and then times x dx. So this will be 13, and x squared minus 3 is u, so we get 1 over u, and then x dx is 1/2 du. So we get 13 halves. So 13 times a half is 13 halves. And then 1 over u, and then du. But the antiderivative of 1 over u is the natural log of u. And then u is x squared minus 3. And so the integral for the 13x divided by x1 minus 3 is this. And then we need the integral for 10 dividing by x1 minus 3. And for this integral, we need to use inverse hyperbolic function. And so we recorded the inverse. The function inverse hyperbolic tangent is 1/2 times the natural log of 1 plus x divided by 1 minus x. And then if we find the derivative of this inverse function right here, then the derivative of tangent of hyperbolic tangent inverse, if we work this out, it will come out to be 1 over 1 minus x squared. And then from here, we get the integral of 1 over a squared minus x squared to be 1 over 2a. This is 1/2, but this is 1 right here. Instead of 1, we have a right here. So instead of 1 here, we have a squared here. And so that's where the 1 over 2a comes from. And so the integral of 1 over a squared minus x squared is 1 over 2a times the natural log of a plus x divided by a minus x. And if we multiply both sides by -1, and so multiply this by -1, and multiply this by -1, this is what we have. And so if we multiply the -1 right here, multiply this bottom right here by -1, then -1 times a squared minus x squared will be x squared minus a squared. And so 1 divided by integral 1 divided by x squared minus a squared, it will be similar to this, except with the negative sign in the front. And the integral we want to find here is this, is 1 over x squared was 10 x squared minus 3. So this becomes 10 1 over x squared minus 3 dx. And so here we have the form x squared minus a squared. And so just let a squared be 3, and then take the square root of both sides, we get a to be the square root of 3. And so this becomes 10 and then we get negative 1 over 2a 1 over 2a and then 8 is the square root of 3. And then 10 divided by 2, which is 5. So we end up with -5. Dividing by the square root of 3, and then times all of this. And so this last integral, the integral of 10 divided by x squared minus 3 is -5 divided by the square root of 3, and then times this expression right here. And this is the answer. And so in summary, first do polynomial long division, and we get this expression right here. and then find the antiderivative of each term, and this is the answer.